All right, good evening, everybody. Uncle Ron, I see you've also
Evening.
joined us. Mariam, who else did you say hi to? I see Hazel's joined us. Siddiqa. Who is Samsung Asim, by the way?
Do
Hmm,
you see my
this
name,
is
Russell? If it's not
no,
my
no,
name.
yours is no, it's not you. It's not you. It's someone
Oh,
else.
okay.
Okay, if that person can just put their name on or just say hi to us to tell us who it is. Otherwise, it's just a little creepy to see Samsung and not know who it is. In any case,
Was that not me
uh,
earlier? Was that not me earlier?
no. I
Oh.
don't remember seeing two Samsungs and there was other one was there earlier also.
Mm.
Um, Hi Denise, good evening. Okay, before we get
Good
started,
evening.
guys, just I'm Denise. Before we get started, just keep yourselves on mute, and then you can unmute if you're gonna say something. And tonight we not don't have a sort of structured plan, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow on from the last two um, meetings where the previous Sunday we sort of said, okay, what is it that you actually need? And then when we got together on Tuesday, we actually split into groups, and based on what people needed to do, they went into that group. Uncle Ron, can you stay muted, please? Mute Uncle Ron quickly. Uncle Ron is in the marathon in his house. Um, Michelle Martin, you can somehow unmute if you're able to, Michelle, and give us your take on what the new format changed for you because we're trying something differently. So, what's working, what isn't working? Let's start with that maybe.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Am I loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Russell, I actually, a few years ago, I actually had that training of Tuesday, I had that in mind, where I actually also thought that, when the new distributors come in, you put them into that team. And then as they
Yeah,
progress from that tool, they go over to the next person and they go over to the next person so that they get all the tools that they need and all wherever they are weak in, they go from class one to class two to class three to class four. And that is how they
yeah,
get their skills sorted. So I really did enjoy it. And I think it's a very, very good start to 2026. So even for us
yeah,
as distributors that are 5 years or 7 years in the business, it's very, very good for us to just recap and then take it from there. So thank you very much for
yeah.
that new move that came in.
Okay,
I
awesome. You, Uncle Ron, go ahead.
I second it.
You second it.
Yeah,
Okay,
James,
thank you for that, very.
can you hear me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. No, was that Judith who just spoke now?
No, that was Michelle, Michelle Martin.
No, I second that because it is a great idea that we've put together because it gives everybody a fair chance to, you know, um, get to know what the business is all about and give those a chance to share what they know. But thank you, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
On, but it was sick, my anyway, it was all right. I recovered.
okay. Thanks for that, Uncle Ron. Anybody else that was there that has anything to add? Just for those that came on after we asked the question. So basically, last Sunday we actually get the slide up on the screen here. Last Sunday we spoke about what are the different types of skills that we've been training over the years, and which ones do you have, which ones don't you have, which ones have you done before, which ones do you need help with. And then by Tuesday, we decided, right, we're implementing and we actually then split off into different groups. And then I was trying to find the presentation that I did. I can show you guys that slide. Yeah, found it. I'm share it along. And basically, this is the slide. This is the slide that we put up on the group. I'm not going to go through everything again, but just for those that are new, especially. So the idea is to sort of start in one place and work our way through all of the skills that you need to have. Now, we've got various formats and hundreds of different things that you can learn. And just a quick recap also that you don't need to. As Uncle Ron pin to the top. You don't need to learn everything before you get started, right? You can start anywhere on the list. We have specific things that we prefer you to start with, like your names list, your self-talk, and your wheel of life. So it's kind of in order at the moment, but you don't need to know everything before you get started. And so for those of you that are quite new in the business, I heard right, Naziba, for example, started yesterday. Okay, I see Ed nodding, so I'm right there. Yes. So for example, they would have already asked you, knowing, I think you probably call some up a new person. Am I right?
Mariam's. Can you
Mariam.
hear me?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
Mariam.
yes, I can hear you.
Mariam's. Mariam's.
Okay, so they would have already asked you for a names list. So the names list basically just a list of names of people you know. And of course, we go deeper into it and find various ways to make the list hundreds, thousands of people. And the idea is that you never ever run out of people to talk to because just on your day-to-day life since the day you were born, you must know thousands of people, if not millions of people. Many of them you might have forgotten about. So we've got these techniques to help you remember who they are and to start tracking them down again and those kind of things. Yeah, so that's what the names list is all about. So some of these things you might have done before, and like I said, you can start then working your way through. Coulson, you can go ahead.
Russell, sorry, I just left because I thought you didn't see my hand was up. What was the question now?
No. I was just making the comment that we've done what we did on Sunday and Tuesday, and then I said the things that are on the screen, you don't need to know them all to get started in the business, but this is sort of a rough order of how things usually get done.
Okay. Okay,
So I
Russell.
was just confirming. Yeah.
Yes. I just wanted to tell you that it was a bit noisy. That was one of the downers. Or should I start with
Okay.
very positive first? Um, the feedback we got, some feedback from people was that they really benefited from it. They were the people who commented positively were very excited about it. So it's something that can work. If there's anyone that didn't feel it, they may voice it. But that was the feedback I got. So it was good. For me personally, I felt it was a bit noisy, and because it was our first one, I'm okay with it that we were not we were not prepared kind of as the upline to have the toolbox, ticked so that we knew what people needed to go for. But I would like to suggest that we as uplines discuss this because people who were on knew about it. We did discuss it with some, but I think when we go to training, just to be a little bit more prepared and know that Coulson needs to would like more training on inviting so that we can, as uplines, put it together and see what are we going to focus on for that day, just to speed it up. Because remember, we only have an hour on a Tuesday, so we need to maximize on that hour. So we as uplines just need to put in a little bit of homework and just get there maybe a quarter of an hour earlier, or just
Sorry, Coulson, sorry to cut you there. I think we must discuss it afterwards. I'll comment on what you're raising now, but we must discuss that in another meeting as well. I'll tell you why, because that was the whole point of our Sunday meeting last week, and the homework before Tuesday was to send Hazel to speak to your downloads that will be there and send Hazel what your people need to know. That was still put in the group as well, and nobody did that. So that's why we still had to do it manually sort of on Tuesday. Otherwise, we would have been well prepared to start and do it however, but nobody sent anything to Hazel. So the people that rocked up were just the people that rocked up, and we had to take it from there. But the overwhelming idea of or feedback though is positive. So the chaos that we went through at the start, if people don't have their team, like it's almost like that's actually going to become a skill, I suppose. Maybe that's the way we should look at it. That it's another skill that we're kind of developing here in terms of knowing your team, knowing what they need, and then being able and having that documented and sharing that with whoever's running training, so that if they're going to split like we are splitting, then they know who can do what, you know. Because if we had that information, then I could have gone beforehand and asked certain people, you know, what you're comfortable with or whatever. But at the end of the day, we also know that we've got such amazing team members that there's so many people that can do this, even those that haven't spoken a lot. We know that they have the potential to do it, you know, because they've been through the training so many times before. And it's just that repetition, and sometimes you need to be thrown in the deep end to train, and then you're going to get better at training, but you actually do have the knowledge. So I think the feedback from the people was amazing so far, and it's definitely something that can work. But I'm starting to realize that the idea of facilitating and also keeping track of your team and what they need is also a skill. So it's kind of skill number 18 on this list, if you can look at it that way. And if you guys get what I'm getting at on that. Hazel, do you maybe want to comment on that as well? Is Hazel with us already?
Yes, Russell, I'm 100% with you. You know, even working with Level, it was many a time shocking to hear how people did not know what we did over and over and over. And so we really, guys, we really as uplines need to become fruit inspectors. Make sure that everybody knows how to do it, their dream list. Everybody does know, I believe it, but you need to make sure that they did it. And if they didn't do it, then with your special training that you have with your different groups, make it one day. For example, if we take now you, Russell, with your team, that you have an appointment on Wednesday with your team, and everybody bring scissors and magazines and bring your book if they don't have a file, if you want to do it in a file, however you want to do it, and do it with people. Guys, nothing is going to happen in your business if you don't plan your life. I don't think you realize how important dreams are. And that is really because you're going to get such a lot of things happening to you as a leader. We work with people, and we need to have that dream must be so strong that doesn't matter what happened, you will still go out and do whatever you need to do. So we really need to tap into, and if you have one downline, you're a leader. So you need to lead by example. That for me is a very big thing. But we need to have our dream list. We need to have our self-talk. We need to have the wheel of life. We need to have the nameless. Those things are so, so important because you can't do inviting. You can't do follow-up. You can't make money. You can't talk to a customer if you don't know your product, if you don't know where you're going. Any road will take you there. So we really need to become so serious about our why, because if that why, and Russell, you're so fond of it, you know, and it's something that God gave us, 3-4 years ago, that 5 whys, you took it to 5. I mean, I actually always greedy, don't like, well, how do I always say? Love a lot, but I'm not greedy. So I said, go as deep as you can. But even if you just go the 5 deep, like you taught it to us, it was next level, guys. And it's all on paper. So what I realized over this weekend, once again, is that we train but people don't tap into the training. They don't even go over it again at the end of the day. And it takes lots of time, lots of money, lots of input. And I don't think people realize that. Thank you very much, Russell.
Thanks, Ezra. I think looking at we can sit here and we can do this every week, but people also need to realize we need to, if we still don't have at least half of the team on a list with Hazel by next Sunday, then we must also point the finger at ourselves and say, look, I didn't do what I need to do to keep track of my own team. So like I'm saying now, I've just added an 18th point now to the toolbox of knowledge and skills. And it's probably, as an upline, like Hazel's pointing out now, it's probably one of the most important things that you can do. And we're not even saying that you must train them. That's not the point of, that's not number 18, what it means. What we're saying is that you must just keep track of what is the need, like what training does your team need. One by one, go through them and figure out if you've done the dream chart, like Hazel said, then okay, you can tick that off. You know that person's done that. If you've done if you haven't done the self-talk, then you know that like the whole team needs to do that at least once so that they can get an idea of what those self-affirmations are and what's the purpose of it and those kind of things. You know, and you don't have to do it yourself. There's plenty of trainings that we've done in the past. You can even just get a copy of a video, watch the video on YouTube, and then discuss it afterwards. Even that will take people's understanding of it to another level. So I think this number 18, this is actually a breakthrough moment, you know, if we look at it, because we've never really done this. We've never really documented. Take a page in your diary, in your whatever, if you have a list of your team, and have a checklist for each one. I don't know if it was, I think Hazel asked me actually to do some sort of like a checklist page, or was it Gail or Rashida? I can't remember what it was on Tuesday.
Yeah, it's me.
But what was that now?
It was me, Russell.
Oh, Hazel. So Hazel was the one, yeah. So that's a really good idea. We should have a checklist of this. And also, if there's anything else that's not on the list that you feel is a crucial skill, then just let me know also so that we can add it to the list. So I think we
Russell?
don't have to.
Sorry, I think we need to add also that we after planning for our month, we need to do that one-on-one. Because you can see the people that are doing it, there's growth in their business.
Which one-on-one are we talking about? That every upline must do with a person, or the one-on-one with you?
Both. You know, because at the end of the day, I know lots of people better than what the uplines are knows the people. And that's not right. The upline needs to know them first before I know them. But it's a matter of we need to make time for these things. That's the only way that we will really grow very fast in the business. So that planning for the month, and then make sure that you send it to your upline, talk to your upline, and then do it with me at the end of the day. So many things. And Russell, you can say there's a lot of people on this group tonight that can say it's because of that every month sitting. And it's not that we know it all, because I learn such a lot from you guys every time I have a one-on-one. And there's no excuse, even Russell, if you're working or whoever, I am available. And I go to the warehouse, whatever time they give me on a Tuesday. If they say 8 o'clock, I will be 8 o'clock at the warehouse. So whatever time suits the downline, if they give me that time, I make sure that I'm there. So there's no excuse why we can't earn these type of monies that other people are earning. Thank you.
Yeah. If those that were there, I know definitely Lizette was part of the dream chart. Actually, why I designed this particular slide like this was to keep track of who's done what and who can do which one. Yeah, nothing there. So if I can see Lizette did the dream chart. Cool. Which one did you do again?
No, it was Gail.
Was it Gail?
It was Gail, yes. I sat in with Gail's team.
Oh, okay. I just remember I kept on looking back and I noticed you the whole time. But which one did Gail do? I can't remember offhand now. I know I've got the pictures here somewhere.
Gail did
I did talk
prospecting
to
also.
people. I
Talk to
talk to
people, yeah.
people.
Yes, prospecting.
Yeah.
Talking to people was on the other page. Okay. Gail's done that one already. Anyway, talking to people. So what we ended up actually doing, maybe that's what we must just do quickly, is we ended up splitting it into 4 groups, right? So let's just get rid of everything else here. And the 4 groups are basically, oops. So we had the first one was the names list.
I did that.
Just like those. Who was that? I did that.
Mariam.
Mariam. So Mariam did the names list. So we're kind of building up a list of. And what did you think of the names list training, Mariam? Was there anything that you as a trainer felt that you needed to brush up on or get better at?
Russell, yes, definitely. When I started my nameless last year in my book, even though I had the columns, it was just all over. So when I actually had the opportunity to sit with the people, I was just because it was talked about heartless, mild, and cold. And because I presented the week before, you asked me to present, I spoke about it and then I put it into practice. And I've actually created a new name list for me based on what I showed the people, the team that was there, because it was more clearer. And so, as we say, practice makes perfect. So I've got a new book, and yes, I felt, and they actually said very clear. And we broke the book into 3 pieces: hot, mild, and cold. And then you do the color scheme with the 3 cookies, and that was also what I spoke about. Thank
Okay,
you,
nice.
Russell.
So that's why I asked you that question. And I was so happy to hear you say that you went and did your own list different after you gave other people training, because that's the experience I've had through all the training. And that's the only reason I can say I can walk into a room, ask me to train anything, and I can just start training it. It's not because I've memorized it now overnight or with some special skill. It's just because I've done it so many times over and over. And that's what we're now trying to share, that experience with everybody on the team, because people really need to. It's just a matter of being given that opportunity. And like you said, now once you do the training, you start to actually realize things you didn't realize before and generate these ideas you didn't have before. And now you're suddenly actually better at it, So that's a really cool feedback there as well. Let's go to speaking to people. I'm just going to say TTP. Guys, if you see us write TTP on the board, it means talking to people. Self-talk was who again? Need to be more interactive here, guys. Was that Gail?
Rashida.
Who did it? Rashida. Okay. Gail was doing, what did I say? Talking to people was Gail. Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm somewhat doing a live design of the thing here. Talk with Rashida. And then Dreams List was obviously Lizette, and then Gail.
What's on the fucking thing? I have 26.
What is happening? Andy Vickery, can you please close your mic? Okay, Dreams List, Lizette. So I think one of the things also under talking to people will be things like objection handling, but that is something so specialized that we could probably do a short training on just that one day as well. But so far, these are the people that have given the training. And it's important that we all get a chance to do all of them so that you can also develop the way Mariam described now that she's developed that skill of training that specific topic, and you also develop the skill of doing it for yourself and for your own business. That's really crucial. So I have another question for you guys. Those, Hazel, you must help me now, and if people don't open their mics on their own, but those that had the session today with Lebo, what did you guys get from that session? Is there any learning that you got out of it today, things that you didn't realize before? Or like in my case, I did a lot of preparation for it, and a lot of my learning was actually in preparing for the meeting instead of actually in the meeting. So that was actually an interesting thing for me again, where I had a lot of conversation with AI about it. I explained who I am, what I'm doing, what this meeting's about, and some of the challenges I've had in my business and still continue to have, and I'm trying to overcome. And AI is almost like coaching me out of those things. So I could present all of that to Lebo, and she could just basically reaffirm where I should focus on, and you know, how it would best benefit me and my business. Who did I see there? I saw Denise had a session with Denise. What did you get out of your time with Lebo today?
Hi, good evening, everybody. Yeah, she's after what I've said to Lebo, she said to me, sponsoring, and to sponsor more so that I can find the business builders. And it's good to have customers, but that because that's great for extra PV in that. But and when I shouldn't let people wait. I must if they want some information, I must strike it while it's hot. So yes, I've learned a lot just through that short interview. And
Awesome.
yeah, and to do my goals with time frames and put it into short, medium, and long term, divide it up like that. But the important thing she said was the nameless and go for 3 people per month. Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Denise. I know I saw Gail there as well. Gail, what did you get out of your time to do with Lebo?
Hi, Russell. Yes, for me it was
Yes.
very interesting. Actually, things that I actually knew, but it was pointed out for me. What stood out for me was the report that she extracted of the growth of my business. So it got me thinking about you don't see it in a way as it when you every month make a target, or you don't see it like that. But if you look back onto the graph, then you can see how what the graph shows you, where was your wins and your ups and your downs. And then I could identify why it happened like that. And then what I got out of this, because you're an upliner and you have your own business also, you need yes, you work with your team, but you shouldn't neglect your own business too. And I couldn't balance that, and that stood out for me, where she also emphasized the fact that whether you have a team or not, you still work with a team, but you need to balance it, and each one has their own business, so they need to work in their own business, but you are there for their support. And the same with your own business. And that stood out for me because it got me thinking, and to actually boost my determination of rising to the next level. So That was one of it. And then the other one was, I
You're the
think
mic.
all of us, about the 330s, to get more people into our business. Yeah, to be able to rise up to the next level. Yeah, those were the points that came strong across over to me from Lebo. Thank you.
And thanks for that, girl. I'm not sure who else was there. Hazel, can you help me with who's online tonight? That was with Lebo.
Kulsum, Rashida, Mariam.
Rashida just stepped out, so maybe Kulsum and then Mariam.
Marlene. Marlene on? Both Marlenes?
Yes. Maka is on. Yes.
Yeah, please.
Did they not all step away now at the same time? I wonder.
Oh yeah, they did.
Hi,
So yes.
okay, I will step in and then I'll step away. It's pre time now,
Okay.
just for those.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they stepped away, but it's fine if I can speak, Russell.
Awesome.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So for me, Russell, I had time to wait in the foyer. I had little sleep because, and Hazel did tell us, be prepared. And because I changed my name list and I wanted that done because we needed to come with what we had. What was a saver for me was I prepared and I was grateful. I went to ACUS, so I had Auntie Hazel mature. We had our file prepared, our dream chart, our short and long term goals. And so that for me, I had already. And when I came there, like Auntie Gail said, she had the report. Yes, business is not that old. My business is new. And Labor could look at certain things. But because I presented my work, she was taken, she was impressed that I had my dream chart, etc. And then obviously the goals, so where she looked at and where I needed to tweak it, and the short, medium, etc. And also where I was reaching, because sky's is the limit, and I put a goal right up there. So not to lose focus, but what I liked was she brings you down and she says, I'm not saying it's not achievable, but you don't want to break yourself so that you break momentum. So what I love from her is that she'll give reality, but that also you still to aim for what you have and you have momentum to carry on. And that is what I love, that she gave me that little bit of nuggets to break it down and still make your dreams that I've put down, and also take action as to what you've put down there. Example, if you have a car, specific car, go find out. And I said, I was going to go sit in it and feel what it's like. And she take me a step further and she said, you find out what would the installments be. So you have a realistic goal of what you're working. And so, yes, my time was short, but it was amazing. And yeah, I was just full of energy. I actually was more near to tears when I left there because it was just amazing. That's all I can say. Thank you very much.
Thanks for that, Mariam.
Russell, can I just add quick? You know what
ahead.
also stood out for me, guys, is the people that really put in everything that we were taught and that was said that we need to have. She was so impressed with a lot of you guys, and she actually told you to email it to her. And I thought, wow, I was so proud, because I know that she took a lot of tips also from you guys at the end of the day. So all that hard work of whatever you guys put in, you will definitely reap the benefits, because that is what I picked up. Okay, so Marlene is on, and Zuki is on, and Jasmine is also on. They were all there. Thank you, Russell.
Okay, let's go with Zuki first. Go ahead, Zuki.
Hi,
good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear, Zuki. You can go ahead.
Okay. Yes, meeting Lebo, it was very great, and thanks. because she had traveled, and but I like the fact that she didn't succumb to say that I am tired, I need to rest. She was there wholeheartedly wanting to assist me. And I took my head off for her doing that. And we looked at my structure. And because my structure is not a solid one from the ground level, she evaluated and she assisted, she advised on what to do. And especially when I was speaking to her, she noted that I'm busy with wheelbarrows, people that are not moving, who are not moving. So she advised me that, of which it's something that I have been hearing. She advised that don't be busy with wheelbarrows. Go on with your names list and check other people. You will eventually find a person that you will thrive with. So she saw that I am still in the area of struggling with my ground level. So she advised that, and she looked at my goals, at my short-term goals, and she said she liked my short-term goals and it things that are achievable, that I can easily achieve. But I just need to get out of my cocoon and work hard. And she said I must just continue to build my team, and then so that I can progress even in ranking up. Yeah, basically that is that. And I like the fact that she is realistic with her advice, and she said she is gonna do an evaluation again to find out how far I am as far as all the tips that she gave me when she comes back in March, I think. But she gave me time frames whereby I need to work in February, and by March she wants to see that I have achieved. So my main thing is that I need to tell myself every day I have to speak to people, and until I have a solid ground structure. So yeah, that is what we discussed on that day. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for that, Suki. Was there anybody? I saw Elaine's not on our team. I don't know who else was there as well. Do you see anybody else that maybe able to speak now?
Marlins, the two Marlins.
Okay, maybe they are all busy at the moment. So I think what is important for us now is to look forward to the next training now, this coming Tuesday. And Yasmina, do you want to go ahead?
Yes, she was also there.
Okay, Shahid here.
Awesome.
I just plugged in the mic now. I realize now just that I can actually plug my headset also on the computer because I didn't have a mic plug. But nevertheless, yeah. So, Lebo, after telling our story, Syria said, we've got some entrepreneurial skills, but we must set short and long-term goals, and we must prioritize the Neolife business, because we are at a point where our current businesses that myself and Yasmina is in, we want to basically close that business and make Neolife our new business. So, yeah, we really need to set goals, and we were given targets to meet by Lebo. And yeah, so now we must just pray that we actually get to meet those goals.
Awesome.
Good
But
evening, everyone. Can I put my 5 cents?
much more than that, Marlene, go ahead.
Okay, Russell, thank you. the one-on-one with Lebo was really, really great. I mean, I own my own business, but never does somebody come to my business to coach me, to evaluate me, and to see where I am and to help me up to the top. I mean, this is very, very awesome that what we have in New Life, that somebody can come and coach you right up with your business. So Lebo look at everything, and she first look at my goals and my dream chart, and a lot of my goals, especially my short-term goals, was achieved yet, because I'm not long in the company. It's about a year that I am now a distributor. So also some of the long-term goals are also coming into the short-term goals. So she also said that I must develop my team like more than, my team is like a sunflower at the moment. So I just sign up a lot of people, but it's not going deep. My downlines don't get other downlines as yet. There's only 2 downlines. I have about 12 people in my team, but only 2 of my downlines have a downline, and some of them are not active. But she said that I must focus more on my team and develop my team to grow. And then also some of my downlines are living outside of Cape Town. So I actually plan to go and have some presentations to help the new downline in the Northern Cape. But then she teach me how to do the 3-way communication with the phone. And my upline, Gail and Hazel, also taught me that. It's not that I didn't know that, but that was just like a confirmation that there's another way of doing things. And she also told me that rather go when there's 30 or 40 people, then it's worthwhile the money. And there's people that will sign up and it's profit in the business. So yeah, I'm going to do that now. And that was a big strain on me because I was worried about that downline. But now I know the way forward. And also, because I'm so busy and work most of the day and sometimes till late night, she also asked me to use my uplines to extend where I can't reach. So my uplines are already doing that, but I think that was also just a confirmation. I must use them more to help me, because in the process of not getting to people or training people, I lose some of my downlines and I lose some prospects. So yeah, that was very awesome for me. So I'm geared up now and I'm ready. And it was very, very informative. And I really thank Lebo for the time she spent in Cape Town and for what she did to our teams. Thank you, Russell. Thank you, Hazel. Thank you, Gail.
Excellent. Any of the others back yet?
Yes.
This one, guys?
Yes, Russell, I'm back. Sorry, Russell. I think the session with Lebo was worth every cent we spent to get there and every effort, because I had to make a sacrifice. I love being with my grandchildren, and I had to make a sacrifice not to go to the beach with them this morning, but it was worth it. And what really stood out, what I took home, not that it's new, but what I really realized there is, you can ask people for their dreams, but they need, if it is a need for money, they need to work on how you, like, breaking it down. What do I need to when do I want to earn that, whatever my dream is, and how much do I need to do every day to earn, to get closer to that goal or that dream. So it just opened my eyes again. Like I always say, when you have your long-term goal, but you break it down. But you need to know what is the money that you're going to get out of it once you've put all the effort in. So I think I am in a better position, maybe to guide myself first and then a downline when we do the dreams. Not just to do the dreams, but to investigate what is she or he prepared to put in to get to that dream or that goal. Thank you.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, Kulsum.
Hi, Russell. Can I just give my input, Russell? The one thing that I took away from Lebo, because I sat in with some of my downlines, is that this business, you can't do it on your own. You need to have a team to help you grow your business, and in turn, you help your team to grow their business, and that is how you become successful. And that really stood out for me, because at the beginning, I never had that. I didn't see it. Even though Hazel told me it several times, I just couldn't, the penny just never dropped for me. Until I came, and I'm always going to mention Bloemfontein, until I came from Bloemfontein and I saw what was happening there. And I thought to myself, wow. And after Bloemfontein, I had a new vision of the business. That Rashida, you cannot, doesn't matter how big your dreams and how strong you are about your dreams. You know, you can never accomplish your dream on your own in this business. You need a strong team. And by getting a strong team, you have to be strong on your own 2 feet in your business so that you can help the rest of your team to become exactly, duplicate yourself in them so that you can be successful. And for me, that was the biggest take home from Lebo, today. And I would advise anybody that has got a team that's maybe new in the business. You know, it doesn't matter if you have a sunflower, work through your sunflowers to get your diamond, because going through, and that is what I've learned, going through the doors of your downlines and running with them, and not just building your 3 and 30s and your sunflower, but working through your downlines to build your team. And that is what Lebo said. You can only achieve your goals by working with your team. So thank you, Lebo. Thank you, Hazel, for putting this together for us and for opening our minds once again to where we're lacking and where we can how can I better ourselves. So thank you very much for that.
Awesome. Thanks, Rashida. Did we forget anyone? Was Judy there?
Yes, Judy was there, and David. Judy, go for it.
Yeah, hi everybody. Yeah, I must first start by also thanking Hazel for really making this possible. You know, you can see Hazel is really interested in all of us that our business need to grow. What I can mention shortly is that prospecting is very important, she said, for us to do, and to grow another leg. We must work towards that, and also achieve your 3 and 30 every month, you know, and then you can work through building the person that is really eager to do the business. So yeah, so prospecting was standing out and building another leg. Thank you, Russell.
Judy, David?
No, David is not with me. He's somewhere else. Okay, Russell.
Okay. Okay, we've just about come close to an hour now. So I don't know if there was anybody else, and if not, if you want to close.
Yes, I just want to say thank you to the team, okay? Because the people that saw her this time did work in November and December, right? So if you guys had, she gave you a plan. She gave us all a plan. She didn't have time to work with me, so I lost out. But that's fine. She will definitely work with me. But she gave everybody a plan to follow for the next 3 months, right? If you guys don't follow that plan, you're going to lose out on being mentored by her. What will happen also with the people that's on the group tonight, if they move it with the uplines, because remember the uplines need to help the downlines, then they will have the privilege of being mentored by her in March. I will definitely see to it. What also stood out for me, and Russell, you were working, but the people that were there on Saturday, I was so proud of the Wilson team, because all the people that got incentives, all of them were only Wilsons. There was nobody else. So Russell, your gift, you don't even know about it. We got wonderful gifts. Yeah, extra for doing just that extra. So you will receive your gift on Tuesday at the warehouse. And then, of course, all the other people did. But I was so proud when I saw that it was really, guys, all Wilsons. And so we are definitely doing the right thing. We just need to do more. Like I always say, do more of the right thing. But I am just so excited at the end of the day. Thank you. Thank you very much, Russell.
Awesome. I think the last thing to end off tonight is going to be the same thing we ended off with last week. Is please, guys, as we discussed at the beginning of training, make a list of your team. Make a list of each person, what it is that they haven't done yet. If you haven't done the thing with them, then just assume they don't know it. At least you'll have a starting point in, so that when we before we even get to the warehouse, we can know how many people we're expecting there, who is going to need to do what, and we can start to put together a more structured plan for it. If we have the same people as we had last week, Mariam, Rashida, Lizette, and Gail, I'd like to follow on with the same people and maybe ask you to pull in one other person to help you coach that item. Because I feel like with everything we do, there's levels to it. You can be at the highest level, think that you know all about that thing, and then you start teaching a group. And based on the questions people ask and how you help them, you actually find that there's so much more that there is still to learn on that topic. Like Hazel said, she still learns every day from us. I still learn all the time. Every time I do another training, I didn't even have really a plan for tonight even, because it's just become so dynamic within the team to find out what is needed and then to focus on that, and everybody grows for putting the effort. So please send that list to Hazel so that we can know how many people need what, and start basing our trainings on the need rather than just whatever is the flavor of the day. And I hope you guys have a good evening, and we'll see you on.
Before we go, sorry. Okay, Kyle, you go quick.
Yeah, before so on that note, it is amazing how the training went, because I'm now talking about my session. Okay, people ask questions, and I like that, because then we could relate to what the objections were, and I could verify on that. But there's some of the objections that I also tell them that I'm also learning. So I learn from them and they from me. But I would like to have feedback, because it was told if you have you need to put it into action and then give feedback to the leader of that session. Because when it comes to the next training, so that we don't be stuck there, and then the same people will be in the same talk to people, and because if they give feedback now already on my personal chat, then I can work through that, and then when it comes to Tuesday with the next training, then they know that they can fit into another session. So that is for me very important. And I did only get one feedback, and I had 7 people in my in my session, but I only got feedback from one person. So I'm kindly asking whoever was in my session to just give me feedback of what they put into action, of what they have learned there at that session on Tuesday, because otherwise it's going to be repeatable that's every week, because that is how we learn, if you put it into action. And I would just like to know the feedback.
Awesome idea. Thanks for that, Carol.
Russell?
Hazel, you want to take also?
I actually want to thank Gail for that. You know why? Because at the time when Hazel was saying it, there was so much noise. And I'm not sure if everybody heard that we need to give feedback to the presenter or the leader. So if people can just do that, and it's so nice because you can say now what you gained or what you still didn't get, so that the presenter at least has an idea, of what she didn't or should emphasize more. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Wilson.
Right.
Okay, can I say something? Oh, sorry.
Yes, no, go for it. Go for it.
Oh, okay. I've now realized that the names list, the self-talk, dream list, TTP, I'm not too sure what the TTP stands for. I think I missed that.
Talk to people.
Can anybody tell me? Sorry, talk to people. Oh, okay. So do I approach these people and get this training? Because Mariam did tell me she's going to sit with me this week coming regarding the names list. Does she, because she's my upliner, does she train me on the rest, or do I actually go to Rashida to have the self-talk
No.
training,
So you will always work through your upline, but what we're talking about now for in this list is people that's going to be there on Tuesday or at 11 o'clock. We usually have training at the Neolife warehouse. That's what we're talking about now. But you can work via your upline, and whenever there is training or if we have online training, your upline will always have influence over whatever we're doing. So they can then let Hazel know, okay, we should focus on this because there been a lot of requests, that we actually want people to get more, like Gail has now pointed out, we want people to get more involved in the feedback and letting us know what they need. That's actually the whole purpose of this. People, yeah, so whichever you need to do first. So you don't have to wait until your upline can get to those things, but your upline you can feedback to your upline whatever you need.
No problem. Thank you, Russell. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so once again, I just want to. I am really a proud mother. Okay, of this Wilson team. Number one, we had more than 30 guests. 30 at that function was Wilson's. More than 30. I really try to follow and ask people, and I got some, I didn't get the others, but I know it's more than 30, and we more than 15 new downlines started the business. A lot of them are tonight on the call, and that excites me. So I know what we are talking went right over some of your heads because you're so new in the business, but don't worry. I will make sure that you are worked with, that people, do what they're supposed to do as uplines. And I always say, guys, I'm just a call away. So if you need anything, then you talk at the end of the day. With me, with your upline, they are always available. You guys are so fortunate to really be in this team because they are hard workers, okay? And so we're going to work with you guys. We're going to take your hand. We're going to make sure you are so privileged because there's a lot of things that we did not do before that we're doing now. so that we can grow faster, make money faster, help more people faster, have an amazing Cape Town and eventually amazing world. And so the more we can teach and educate new people and even the old people, because we didn't do it before, if we take hands, we can run with this business like never before. And that's my biggest dream. So the people that's on this group tonight, that was yesterday there for the first time, I salute you guys. You are next level. Love you to the moon and back. And we will really take your hands. But I am so excited for all the people. I have a new downline that started last month. She had 5 guests. 4 started the business, and the only reason why the 5th one didn't, because he's only 11. Okay, so if she can do it, guys, why not us? And what I want you to do, the uplines of these new people, is send them, please, Mike's video with all what he earned 3 years ago, 400 Rand. And what he earned last month, 49,000. I told all my new people that I worked yesterday, and I sent it to them last night. There's no time to be tired in my life. I came back and I was working with all the new people that started the business, and I sent them all this information so they know already. And the privilege that I have, guys, is that I'm a teacher. Well, a teacher. So I gave homework. I said, guys, take your phone, go write. Don't think, just write names, contact numbers, and at least tell me that's your sister, that's your brother, that's your auntie, that one lives in Durban, PE, Joburg, wherever, so that we can start immediately. So thank you very much for everybody. Thank you for Russell, that is always available, because I was so busy. We didn't plan who's going to be on, and he just said, I will. That's the other thing that I have. I can be in a fix anytime and ask anybody, and they just say, I'm there. So I really appreciate you guys. Be blessed.
So
Go
thanks
out and
everybody.
just do
Have a
it.
good evening.
Thank you.